it does in Russia.
And scene.
Evening, folks. Welcome to Science and Sorcery, where we've resorted to making Chuck Norris jokes behind the scenes. My name is Dagmar. I am your dungeon master for the night, and I am joined by my players in our campaign Witness to Ruin. The players are, not in order, Alex Holt, Rachel Williams, Sam Langford, and Khalil Thurlaway, who is fired for that joke.
Chuck Norris was only a supporting character in the joke. The Prolapse Anus was the main, the star
and
of the show.
Also, in Khalil's defense, that wasn't a joke. It was actually a science fact. So,
yeah, D8 for Khalil straight off the bat.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If you are joining us here, we sincerely hope you enjoyed our first team up with the Vagina Museum on this past Friday. Critical Hits. We're pre-recording this session, so I don't know how Critical Hit's gone yet. I'm assuming it was great. I'm assuming Rachel did something really silly. And I'm assuming you donated some money to the Vagina Museum. But if you happen to be based somewhere near the Vagina Museum, be sure to head down there from April 26th, as we will be there with another one-shot in
Where is it?
Secret Cervix. So if you're in or around London, please do get your tickets and come and watch us live. It's going to be real weird and probably very good. Right. Another announcement. You were probably expecting us back 2 weeks ago, but we have been participating in the strike for Palestine. So, Sam, do you want to tell the good folks about the fundraiser?
Yes, so by the time this is aired, we will have a Tiltify campaign up and running, which is, I'm going to be inviting some other TTRPG actual players to come and join us, where we'll all raise money for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. So that will probably go into the chat about now. Yeah, there we go, there it is. And that's a chance for you to go and donate some much needed funds towards people who are suffering a genocide right now. So yeah, fuck the people that are running that and donate to our fund.
Okay, yeah. Yes. Sorry, you said fuck the people running that, and I thought you meant the
fuck
fundraiser.
Fuck us. Absolutely fuck us.
Right. Yes, please do go to the Tiltify and show some support if you can. Some other announcements. We are back now with Witness to Ruin, and we will be for the foreseeable future on Sundays. Very exciting. Keep your ears and eyes peeled for our next one-shot announcement, which at the moment we don't know what it is yet. Maybe there'll be something appearing in the chat now. Do we?
Yeah. So we have, you know about this, you're just maybe forgetting.
I probably forgot.
We've organised to run a one-shot of Rogue Octopus Adventures.
Yes, we have!
Alongside Nick Monroe-Turner, the author of that game, on the 9th of February. So, in a couple of days from now, when you're watching this. Yeah,
very exciting.
So much fun.
That's going to be great. Yes, I did absolutely forget about that. It's been a long while since we've talked about that behind the scenes. Right, one final announcement. Sam, have you prepared something?
No, I haven't, because
I've
been thinking about Tiltify instead.
Yes, that's
you will never make it to
fine.
Valhalla.
We will never make it to Valhalla, but you might if you go to the valkyrierpg.co.uk and use the code SciAndSorcery, that's spelled out SciAndSorcery, for 30% off from our fantastic sponsors. Be sure to go and check them out. My Valkyrie dice have been rolling a lot of high numbers for me in my home game. I'm not using them tonight, actually, because I don't know where they are, as I'm in between houses. So we'll see how my dice do, but hopefully my players will roll well. As we sked back into the fantastical world of Salor. Emerald Snowflake, Nimbo Thunderchild, Blurta von Mandragore, and Michaelin Prescott Smythe, known as Muck, are chosen by the gods. also by certain tiefling bartenders and possibly other love interests, but mostly the gods. They have taken on a quest to save the world from a cult that is attempting to awaken a titan that lives under an island, sound asleep for the moment. Beyond this cult, they're being hunted by people who, for some reason, want to capture Emerald. Reasons unclear. But all of these threads seem to converge in M's old home, the city of Elmsford, high up in the mountains. And the party has decided that they must head that way to stop the cult, to stop the bounty hunters. Maybe to learn a little bit about M's past. We'll see. Doing so, they have recruited Captain Rhys Oliver, a dragonborn fisherman / possibly criminal, who is going to ferry them upriver to Elmsford, cutting out several days of travel over land. What have they promised the captain in return? We'll find out very shortly. But first, our party, after a night of fire starting in M's case, to burn down a shop that they felt discriminated against their companion, and sleep in everyone else's case, they wake up in the capital city of Lishold. And the very first thing you should do before you set sail is Blurtus get some grenades to pick up. So let's go do that, I guess.
I go to the grenade shop then.
Yes,
Which is
you
the
go.
magic shop.
You go to the magic shop, yes, where the shop employee / possibly owner now, because the owner blew himself up a couple of days ago, has, to his astonishment, managed to make both grenades, despite a 1 in 4 chance that they would fail. So you'd already paid 200 gold. Elenian hands over the 2 grenades and informs you that he's happy to make the other 2 grenades with the rest of the acid for another 200 gold, if you've got the money.
Do I have the money? I can't even remember.
You've
I've got tons of money.
promised 750 gold to the captain.
Oh,
I've got. Wait. Oh wait. Is that between us or just me?
Between you, I assume.
Between us.
Okay.
I don't know who's paying for that.
I've
got
we've all
tons of
plenty
money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pay him the gold.
Yep, another 200 gold. And Elenion says you can come and pick those up. They'll be ready in a couple of days, but you can just pick them up next time you're in town. He's not willing to courier these to Elmsford because they are grenades, and the PNS will not ship them.
The what? Sorry.
PNS.
PNS, the Prescott Smythe company who organizes all of the transport in the country.
That did sound suspiciously like the penis won't shit them. Which I'm glad to hear.
Never put a grenade in your penis.
That's a science fact.
That's a science fact.
Smash it in.
I was gonna get some merch that just says "That's a science fact," like
Fine.
little placards we can hold up whenever someone says
I
a
think
science
the
fact.
the graphic is just like the kind of a little Oliver Twist style orphan, but like hands out begging for a D8.
Or it's like that painting of that guy and going like.
Okay, so we've got the
Alright.
grenades.
Do I know the stats on
Yeah.
these
You've got the
grenades, by the way?
grenades. I knew I forgot to come up with something. I will get those to you. Hold on.
I'll just put them in my generic.
I was gonna make a homebrew item for you in D&D Beyond, and I forgot.
That's fine.
M will turn to Blurter then, in the absence of knowing how to use them. Like, we're going on a boat. Keep those like safe for now.
Oh yeah, I'll store them in the my room when I get the downs.
Right.
While I'm here, I sort of want to talk to this guy. It's like, okay, so this is a bit more of an abstract request. So I have this vial of ash, which came from a hideous dress. That's beside the point. Is there any way you could make this into some like little commemorative item? Like maybe like turn it into like a little jewel or something?
I'm a sorcerer? I think you're looking for a jeweler.
I don't know jewel craft at all. So okay, but that's fine. I will speak to a jeweler.
I mean, unless the dress was magical and that ash is magical.
I mean, it was magically terrible. Is that?
He looks at you with confusion.
That's okay.
Right,
I'll stick...
Colin, you're very interesting.
Always.
Yeah. No, I'd recommend finding a jeweler.
Okay, that's fine.
Not. I could put it in a vial for you, but it's already in a vial.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I'll speak to a jeweler later on.
All right.
I'm getting on the boat.
I think we should. I think we should head off as soon as possible. I
Yeah.
think the captain didn't really want to hang around, and
No,
I don't really want to hang around in town right now.
true. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you make your way down to the docks easily enough. Captain Oliver is waiting for you. He's got the boat ready in the couple of days he's had since you first employed him. He's excited to see you and greets Gruck Ember. Lovely to have you on board again. These are your companions.
Oh yeah, the ones we
I'm
told you
Captain
about,
Oliver.
the troublemakers. I kind of elbow
Nice
him
to
like,
meet you too. This big dragonborn paw reaches out, shakes your hand.
I shake his hand back.
And your names?
Are we got real names?
Out of character, like I'm assuming not, as we've just like been introduced as Ember and whatever Muck's other name was.
Ember and Gruck.
Gruck.
Oh yeah.
This
Uh,
is Lumpy Moonshine and Opal Fruits.
Oh,
The
there.
ones I told you about.
We are going to introduce you to Drag on this trip, so we thought
Yeah.
we'd bring
Yeah.
the best.
Right, yeah. So I can get my wife back.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Sure.
Now, Nimbo and Blurda, this is the first you're hearing of this.
Yeah,
Oh
I
wait,
think,
so we weren't told this.
No, you were not.
I think Nimbo is just entirely following the lead of Ember and Gruck, and it's just kind of like, yeah, sure.
Anything is possible if you believe in your heart that you have the passion to achieve your goals.
Mhm. Yeah. See, that's what I said.
In fewer words,
Right.
but I think you did say that.
Kind of.
All right, so I don't mean to pressure, but I think we'd all be happier the quicker we were on our way,
Yeah.
right?
Yep, absolutely. You go ahead and find yourselves a seat, and I'll get the boat moving. Well,
Sweet. Need a hand with anything?
oh no, easy boat.
So
Only
I just,
beats the one crew.
I just want to insert here that I'm taking notes on these names, and my Google Docs corrected Gruck to Truck. So
Nice.
Don't Gruck.
Walking onto the boat, M has never been on a boat before. Has only ever travelled via land. I'm not liking it. I'm not like it feels out of place for me.
Would you feel more comfortable if, maybe if you couldn't see the water?
It's the emotion. I feel like I don't have full control over where I am at any point. I'm just spinning a little.
Okay.
Maybe I'll
we'll
get
try
used
some
to it.
meditation. We'll try to
Yeah.
sit down.
Well, how what would you recommend?
So I'm assuming that like there are like benches on the boat or something?
There aren't really. Like, there's some
Okay.
makeshift, like there's crates and things that the captain says you can sit on.
Sorry, refresh me. How big's this boat?
It's 20 foot wide and 60 feet long.
Okay, so it's kind of
a
barge
decent
size.
size. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But it is a ship. It is a fishing vessel primarily.
It's
Does it have a
perfectly
below deck?
sized for a battle map, basically.
2 turns long. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And less than 1 turn across. So I'll find a spot in a corner for us to kind of. In fact, I won't go for the corner. I'll go for somewhere near the center, kind of longitudinally, but near the back.
Yeah, easily
kind of out
done.
of the way.
The steering wheel is on top of a little platform, so it's a little bit sheltered near there. If you were to sit down on the lower bit of the boat, you can rest your back against it.
Yeah,
There's like
so
some
kind of-
storage space down there, but it's all like packed full of random shit.
Cool. So yeah, I'll be like, so rest your back up against this nice and solid, so you can feel the wood under your bottom and against your back. Now, close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose, nice and slow and deep, and then out through your mouth. Now, keep doing that and concentrate on the air flowing in through your nose, mingling with your body, and coming out through your mouth different. And M, you are that change in the air, and the air is a change in you.
Thank you.
Feel connected with the world around you.
I'm just gonna say.
And I'm gonna quickly cast calm emotions as well to assist M on that journey.
Last 10 minutes, I believe.
1 minute, but
Oh,
1
1
minute,
minute, okay.
but that should be enough just to kind of
Yeah, that's fine.
Get
It's
her
just
in-
it's
get
not
them
it's not
into
an
that
hour-long thing
headspace.
or something. Yeah.
so that they can just kind of achieve that focus to
Absolutely.
then do it on their own.
As Captain Oliver is piloting the boat out of the harbor, he calls Gruck over to him. Hey, Gruck, you're all right to act as the heavy case of trouble. Not expecting any, mind, but
I thought
never
you'd never
know.
ask, mate. Heavy,
And,
heavy and ready.
very good, very good. I'm not very good in a fight, you see, and I'll have to keep the boat going. If you lose me, I hope one of you can sail.
No, you just keep the arena floating, and I'll, tackle them in waves.
Sounds like a great plan.
Get it?
Also, you didn't
Waves.
mention you were. Is Lumpy Moonshine? Is he your guru?
Yeah, I guess you could say that, actually. Yeah,
Right.
every
I
group
was
just
going
needs
between
that.
youth pastor or guru, and I've landed on guru.
You know what? Bit of both. Yeah, I
Oh,
didn't
very
think
good.
I had much of a spiritual side myself, but I guess, traveling with a guru kind of just opens your mind,
Right.
You
Well,
smell a little
hopefully my
waft
mind
of
will be
incense
opened on
coming
the
from the back of
journey.
the boat.
Captain, I assume, is also within the sphere of calm emotion, so he's feeling pretty chill. He's always pretty chill, but he's feeling extra chill as he's setting out.
Has he been smoking that pipe again?
Yeah, probably. You
Yeah.
can smell it.
Do I
He's
notice?
not
Okay.
currently smoking.
Do I notice this calm emotions being cast?
Probably, like I've been talking M through a kind of guided meditation, and the calm emotions is a 20-foot radius sphere, so almost the entire boat is chill.
Okay, so I am wanting to be more entertained by this journey, so I'm going to get out one of the smutty teen novels that I have and sit in the one bit of the boat that isn't in the calm emotion.
You're gonna be right at the front then.
Amazing.
Right at the prow.
Yeah.
Just do the Titanic, like.
Yeah. It's literally like a novel I need a good name, but like it is like a kind of Titanic thing, but it's just like this halfling lifting an orc over the prow.
Amazing. Can I do a science fact?
Yes,
I haven't done one
absolutely.
in a while. The seasickness is basically caused by a mismatch in your perception of vision versus the vestibular system, which is like all about balance. So basically, as your body moves, you've got tiny little rocks in your inner ear called otoliths, but sometimes they're just called ear rocks, which is hilarious. And they like kind of slide along the surface of your inner ear, because you are moving, but then your eyes just detect like a static scene because you're moving with the boat. So that mismatch causes seasickness. So you can try going up to the top deck, having a look out, or taking some deep breaths and meditating can help as well. But yeah, seasickness.
Which is the
Take your
opposite of
D8s.
simulation sickness, which is
Ooh.
where you have motion in your eyes but no motion in your ears. So, for example, if you're in VR and you're in an experience where you're simulating a lot of movement, but the body isn't moving, that can also result in some cases in like dizziness or sickness for the opposite but exact same reason as seasickness.
Take a D8.
Some really cool facts
Yay.
that I enjoyed those.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. No, very good. The journey is you are going upriver. The sails are helping. The boat is making relatively good. The river is not super fast flowing, so it's easy enough for the boat to get up, even against the mild current. And it's a relatively quiet journey out of the harbor. You pass other fishing boats. There's a couple of larger trade ships which are getting ready to go up and down as well. But you're out quickly and you watch as the city of Lisvold fades to sight. Could I get someone to please roll me a d6?
As that's being rolled, I would have cast Find Familiar, like to get like overnight, if that was okay, to bring back.
You'd already brought Yarrow back.
Had I already done that? Perfect.
Yes, you had already done that, yeah.
And I would just like take like a little blueberry out of rations and give it to Yarrow and be like, go, don't make a big deal about it, but give that to Nimbo and like send Yarrow off to just give a gift.
Here's a slight science conjecture based on those earlier facts. Would it be really easy to get seasickness or simulation sickness, depending on the context, while looking through the eyes of a familiar?
That's a really interesting one.
Yeah, because when you're using the senses of a familiar, it's your. Is it all your senses, or is it your sight and hearing?
Well, regardless, it's going to be both at the very least.
But that's what I mean. But it's not necessarily your sense of like vestibular balance.
Well, that's a sort of science. There's always the five senses, but humans have way more than five senses, including this kind of thing, like temperature and heat is the second one to touch, and similar things.
Yeah, it's see through your familiar's eyes and hear what it hears. You are deaf and blind with regard to your own senses.
So you've got all your other senses.
There wouldn't,
but maybe there's just like a magical calibration.
Be a mismatch.
Yeah.
I
The wizard did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like
go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, if you buy like the crappy like market store version of Find Familiar, it doesn't account for that. End up vomiting.
Yeah, you just see all these like
it's called Find Unbalanced Familiar, and the familiar itself will also exhibit multiple personalities.
It's just like
just
Find Familiar
these,
with a
student
U.
wizards vomiting in the street because they're like familiar isn't dialed in right.
Yeah.
But on the subject of lovely balanced familiars, as Yarrow comes over with that blueberry, I kind of presents it to me. Oh, thanks, little guy. Why do you smell of smoke? Wait, was Yarrow with you?
Would have
right?
been, yeah.
Would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yarrow was resummoned before set fire to
This doesn't smell like
closing
incense.
shop.
We just cut
watching,
back.
Scene.
watching through the eyes of Yarrow, I'm a little bit like, fuck.
We just cut back to like Yarrow like chain smoking in a corner. Just like,
Yeah, leaning up against the wall, chatting with a rat. Just like, yeah. Then they made me carry a blueberry.
Do you ever just let a cigarette burn down to the end against your fingers so you can feel something?
I don't even have fingers. They just look like them.
Would someone please roll me a d6?
Rachel
I
did.
think Rachel did.
Wait, yeah, it's a 2. It's a 2. 2.
Oh, a 2. Sorry. Yeah. Where's my thing? Okay. 2. Can you roll me another d6 then, please?
Yes, indeed.
White dragon,
That-
white dragon.
That's a 1.
Okay. Yeah, you're making relatively good time if the captain is to be believed, and he seems confident. Once you've passed all of the other fishing boats, the water is relatively calm. You're not seeing a lot of other vessels at the moment. And there's some movement on shore, certainly. But nothing concerning. Until the boat suddenly rocks underneath you. And, Muck, if you're still standing with the captain...
Yeah.
Yes. Ugh, that's weird. There's no, shouldn't be anything shallow around here. Well, it's probably nothing. Boat rocks again. Can everyone please make me a dexterity saving throw? To try to keep...
Yeah.
Unless you're sitting down, in which case you're
oh, I'm
already
sitting
prone.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. In that case, everyone who's standing, please.
That's an 18.
Yeah, you're fine. Nimbo?
I'm probably sitting.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
probably kind of. I'm quite tall, so
Yeah.
being on a boat is kind of
Difficult when you're top heavy.
yeah.
Yeah. The captain, very experienced sailor, manages to keep his feet as well. Looks confused. And then you watch as enormous tentacles rise up either side of the boat, one wrapping itself around the prow, right where Blurta is sitting. And I'm gonna need everyone to please roll me some initiative.
No.
Oh lord, I
Already?
really rolled that 1, didn't I?
I had the tension of that description was really amplified by the realization that I hadn't plugged in my laptop and it was about 5% battery.
Nimbo
So
has died at the
I was having
start.
two heart attacks at the same time. I've rolled a very Nimbo initiative though, so we're cool.
We love to see it.
I got 17.
Okay. Ooh. One moment. And... Right. Blurta?
7.
7 for Blurta. Nimbo?
Oh.
4. And M?
25.
Ooh.
That's to be expected. The captain's gonna go at the end. Right. In that case, I hope you can all see the map.
Yep.
You are on your boat here. Nimbo, if you were sitting somewhere else, please let me know. We can move you.
I'm probably somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Right. You've got these 3 enormous tentacles that have risen up out of the water. The way this combat's gonna work while you're on the boat is that the boat itself has 100 hit points and an AC of 12. If the boat takes damage, I'm gonna roll a D100. If that roll is above the number of hit points remaining, the boat starts to sink. You've also got the captain. The captain is a commoner with 16 hit points and an AC of 12.
So
I
what
hope he
you're
doesn't
saying is
die.
We're fucked.
No,
What I'm saying
I'm
is-
saving him.
There are 3 tentacles that have risen up. The one next to Blurt has wrapped itself around the prow there.
Prow?
You were up first.
Is this something that any of us have ever seen before? Is this just like...
How much time have you spent on boats?
Well, I haven't spent any time on boats, so I wouldn't know.
No, and quick glance at the captain shows that he also has no idea what the fuck is going on.
Oh, okay. And does it look like it's one creature?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Although you'd have to move to the edge of the boats
No,
to...
I'm not doing that, so I'll not.
Okay.
I'll not do that.
No, in that case, you can't tell.
Okay. I am gonna reach into my bag, and just like pick up any random old book that I can find.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast catapult on it and launch it at the blue tentacle, the one at the
Blue tentacle at the bottom.
of
Yep.
map.
Yep. Sounds good.
I'm gonna do that second level. So that's a
Second level catapult.
so it's a Dex saving throw on the tentacles.
All right. 13.
It
I do
fails.
not think is enough.
No, it fails. So that's 4d8.
Amazing.
That's 15 points of, I think, bludgeoning damage. Yeah, 15 points of bludgeoning
Yeah, would be
damage.
bludgeoning. Yeah, absolutely. This book goes launching at the tentacle, smacks into it, and then drops in the water, but definitely did some damage.
Okay. I'm gonna stay there because I feel like I'm safer in this little alcove, so that will be my turn.
Are you staying prone?
Ooh.
Are you getting up or are you
yeah,
staying
yeah,
sitting down?
Yeah. I think I will stay sitting for now, just in case it rocks about.
Okay.
I'd be thrown prone.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, cool. All right. In that case, after that, it is Muck.
Okay, so if I moved out to this corner of the boat, could I hit the yellow tentacle?
Absolutely, you can. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
so,
right up against the boat.
Yeah, as I'm doing that, I'm going to drop my shield
Mhm.
and I'm going to shout to the captain, take the
Mhm.
shield and get down.
All
I
right.
can say that.
Yep.
So that's my bonus action use. So then I am going to attack.
Okay.
Give it a big attack. And I'm going to do the great weapon master thing. So I'm going to
Absolutely.
-5 on my hit. Okay, so what is that? 15 plus 3 is 18 to hit.
18 to hit. Will hits. Yep.
So now I'm going to roll for damage and add 10. Oh, okay. 16 damage.
Nice.
Wait, no, sorry. I got 1, so I'm going to re-roll on the dice because I'm a great weapon master. So that's 22 damage.
Okay, so another 6.
Nice.
That's nice. You start slashing at this tentacle. This grayish ooze starts pouring out of the cuts.
I'm going to hit
Second
again.
attack. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to try. Oh, I don't know about that. 10 to hit.
10 will miss, I'm afraid. As you try to hit again, it nimbly dodges out of the way and swings around, ready to try to hit you.
You could say that 10 doesn't hit. 10 tickles.
Taking your science dice away from you. Muck, you've got a bonus action.
Oh, isn't dropping something an item interaction?
That's a free.
Or maybe-
Dropping something's a free.
That's a
That's
free action. Okay.
Yeah, that's not a bonus action.
Bonus action, no, none. Thank you.
Cool. No bonus action. Good to know. All right. In that case, it is the top 2 tentacles' turns. First, the one that Muck has just tried to kill. it swings back around and it's going to try to constrict Muck. And rolls a natural 2. So that's not gonna work. As it hasn't realized the cut that you made to it has weakened the end of the tentacle, and it hits, but not with enough force to constrict and lift you up.
Nice.
The one next to Blurta, on the other hand, is gonna try the same against her. And that is going to be a 20 to hit.
I'm going to use Chronal Shift if I can see that happening.
You'd be able to see it, yeah. That's a natural 20.
Sorry, Blurta.
He's like, that
right.
wasn't bad. Fuck you, Blurta.
Throwing my dice across the room.
Counts as a 0 if it falls on the floor.
I rolled a 1 on it on the second time, so that's okay. Blurta, you take 23 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled. You are also restrained. And the tentacle with Blurta lifts up into the air and starts moving away from the boat.
Ironically, this is exactly what was happening in Blurta's teen romance novel.
I mean, yes.
So I didn't make the map that big because, frankly, I didn't want too much empty space. But it's moved about 30 feet away from the boat.
Ah, shit.
It is then the captain's turn. The captain is going to grab the shield and hunker down, as he's keeping a hold of the steering wheel to make sure that the boat keeps going straight and doesn't crash into the bank, but he's like crouching under the shield trying to steer the boat without looking. Blurta, your turn.
Misty Step back onto the boat. It's only verbal.
Yep, absolutely. You disappear from inside the tentacle and reappear back in the same spot.
That's only hot if it's consensual.
Yeah.
It's only hot if the tentacle's an emperor, and
Yeah.
he's trying to stop the big
Don't look
brain.
at me.
So then she's going to scooch up towards the middle of the boat.
Yep.
Down there. And then she is going to Eldritch Blast the one that just grabbed her because
Yep,
fuck that guy.
absolutely. Go for it. Both raise?
So does a 10 hit?
No. As we established, 10 does not hit the tentacle.
Does a 26 hit?
A 26 does hit, yes.
And that's a nice juicy 11 points of Eldritch Blast plus the is it 3 fire damage? I will one day remember this amount.
I think it's your proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
So
I think it is your proficiency bonus, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah,
right.
and I don't know if it's pushed away or not because I know you have opinions on that.
It is. No, it's not going to be pushed away. It is too heavy. Or at the very least, whatever it's attached to is too heavy.
Yeah.
The tentacle itself sort of catapults backwards, but not enough. Like it recoils again.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. Other tentacle. Is going to go for the creature which threw a book at it. So it's going to try to grapple them. That's another natural 20.
I'm going to Chronal Shift it again then.
Natural 21.
That's 19 to hit.
That does hit, yeah.
Is Chronal Shift a reaction, actually, Sam?
Oh, it's same round, yeah.
Yeah, so it
Yeah.
would have been the natural 20.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were prone. It does have advantage. Okay. That's going to then be... 22 points of bludgeoning damage again.
On a crit?
Yeah.
This thing's weak.
stop complaining.
Yeah, when you're the party wizard,
Or-
maybe don't bait
Or
the
maybe,
DM.
or maybe I just
Yeah.
rolled low on the dice.
Stop
I'm not
trying to
telling
hit me
you
and
what
hit
its
me.
damage dice are. Right, yeah. It has the reach to grab M, and then it retracts. Nimbo, you get an attack of opportunity as the tentacle carrying M moves out of your reach.
I am not sure I will.
Okay.
Actually, no, I will. Sorry, yes. I forget that it's my turn. It's
You're
I
up
am.
next.
Sorry. No, you're saving her.
No,
I'm
I
gonna-
know why you did that, but you're up next, so you're gonna get your
Yes,
reaction.
yes.
back.
But sitting down, I'll be at disadvantage, right?
You will be at disadvantage, yes.
That's a 14.
14 hits.
Nope, it's not. It's a 13.
At 13 still hits.
Sweet. So that's only a D6, isn't it? Oh, but I rolled max, so that is a 8 bludgeoning damage.
8 bludgeoning damage. Yep. Absolutely. Right. Okay. Now it's your turn as the tentacle with M's also starts moving away from the boat.
Okay. Oh, that has made it slightly less convenient for what I wanted to do. But it will still be okay. So I am going to yeah, okay. I'm going to run over. Yeah, I'm gonna run over to the side of the boat near the tentacle that has M.
Yep. Easily done. Even with getting up, you can get to there.
And with my bonus action, I'm going to use my lightning branch amulet. So
Yes.
the bit of charred wood carved into a kind of spiraling circular shape that has like scorch marks from the tree getting struck by lightning. I kind of grab it. You see this blue crackling glow between my fingers, and that is 2d8 lightning damage.
All right.
It doesn't appear to have a save.
Nope.
Thank you, Bias. 7 points of lightning damage.
7 points of lightning damage. All right. Yeah, you feel the slight jolt of electricity go through you as Nimbo throws lightning at the tentacle that's holding you.
I was going to ask, is it okay?
Yeah, M's fine. It's just like an electric shock.
In the sea. Perfect place for it.
Okay, so
You're on
seeing
a
that
river. It's fresh water. This is different.
that went okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna kind of lift my hands up to the sky, one of them kind of still smoldering and sparking, and my eyes roll back and start sparking, and I'm gonna cast Cool Lightning. So
Yes.
this whole area is now under a kind of mini storm cloud.
Yeah. It was a relatively clear sky, and in an instant, the cloud over the boat closes, and lightning crackles through these storm clouds that have appeared.
And I'm going to try to strike the tentacle, and I know the physics of this are funny, but I'm going to try to strike the tentacle below where it's holding M. So that the electricity gets conducted from the point of impact on the fastest route towards ground, which is what lightning does.
Yes.
So that a minimal amount will flow up and through M. Almost all of it will go down through the tentacle into the water and whatever is below.
The real important question here is, does M go super fluffy in the process?
Yeah.
Yes.
As the storm cloud is being called, you see their hair just.
Just like a pom-pom.
Did you still have your nerd dice, Halil?
Yes.
Yeah. Then you're not getting another one.
But
For lightning facts. But yeah, go ahead. Is it a save for Cold Lightning?
yes, it's a dexterity save.
Okay. And what is the radius on Cold Lightning?
It's 5 foot radius.
Okay, yeah,
So-
then you can target the tentacle's thick enough at the base that you can target it without hitting M. That's a 6 on the save, so it does not save. Yes,
Right.
I am aware of what I said, Rachel.
So I'm gonna channel my divinity. I'm gonna use destructive wrath to make that do max damage. So that is gonna be, I believe, 30 damage. I think.
What's the dice?
Pardon?
How many dice is it?
I'm just checking. 3d10, so that's 30 max damage.
That is exactly what you needed. As the tentacle goes limp, releases M, you crash down about 10 feet into the water. You belly flop. It's a little painful. You don't take damage. You are now in the water.
Perfect. I'm a snow leopard. I can swim. I'm fine. Leopards can swim.
You're
Object
fluffy
interaction.
and now slightly waterlogged. Object interaction?
Object interaction. Can I chuck a rope on?
Absolutely, yeah. There's plenty
Just,
of ropes
not
wound
necessarily
around.
to M, but just like over the edge.
Into the water. Easily done, yeah.
Not a science fact, like safety fact, don't throw ropes at people.
Throw it near people.
Yeah.
And with that, we come back around to M.
Vortex warp back on the boat.
You cannot vortex warp yourself.
Is that not what? Is that dimension door? only?
No.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fly. I'll fly back on the boat.
Just like chucking this
slow
rope over the edge.
Yeah.
All right, it's a 60 feet per round flying speed.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, easily done.
And then bonus action.
I've placed you next to Blurta, but feel free to place yourself elsewhere.
Perfect. Bonus action. I'm gonna chug a potion of healing. And that'll be my turn. I'm not happy about this.
That's okay. You're about to be less happy. As on the next turn, another tentacle rises up. It's not charged with lightning, so you know it's not the one that Nimbo just killed. But it does look identical in every other aspect. And it is going to go for... Yeah, it's gonna reach. It's gonna go and try to grapple Nimbo.
No.
At least you're standing up. At 18?
Oh, that just hit.
Chrono shift. You're not taking another friend.
16.
Miss.
Yep, that will miss then. As the tentacle goes to strike at you, and the tentacle, you watch, it's for a brief flicker, you feel the slimy appendage wrap itself around your legs, and then bring your shield up, and it just slides right off.
I like to think that it tries to grab me, but it gets like a little static shock, like you get off an escalator. And it's like,
Yeah, you're definitely still a bit static. Muck, your turn.
I'm gonna hit the tentacle.
Go for it. Great Weapon Master.
Yeah. Dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20. That will hit.
Boom. Let's get. That'll be 22 damage for the first hit.
Amazing. That is not a number.
Okay. Oh, whoops.
It's not dead yet. I fucked up.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, 12 to hit on the second one.
That just hits. It's a 12 to pull.
I didn't. It's to cool. Okay, that's very funny. I did not expect that. Okay, let me go back. Okay, well that'll be 20 damage.
Yep, that's enough. As you cleave another 2 times at the tentacle, and it slinks back down into the water. Again, cut to pieces, like bits of it floating on the waves.
Okay, and then I'm gonna run to the other end of the boat so I can try and hit some more tentacles.
Absolutely. All right. In that case, it's another tentacle up next, which is going to move back 30 feet towards the boats.
Mm-hmm.
And who's closest? Right. M and Muck are equally close, so I'm gonna flip a coin. Heads for M, tails for Muck. Heads is gonna try to grab M. And rolls a natural 1.
Yay! About time.
That dice is giving me
Chrono
2
shit.
crits and a nat 1. Yeah, and it just like has misjudged the distance, and just overshoots over Em and Blurta's heads, wraps around the mast, tugs, and then lets go when it realizes it's not grabbed onto something living. Okay, the captain is still hunkered down below the shield and is continuing to steer the boat. He's not taking any damage, so he's alright. Blurta,
Okay.
Nimbo on deck.
So, I'm going to move backwards into the little cubby hole there.
Yep.
I'm going to bonus action chug down my potion of greater healing,
Yep.
which gives me. Ooh, that was a pretty good roll. 8, 9, 10, 11 plus 4, 15 points of healing.
Nice.
And then my eye is going to sort of turn black, and then just in the middle there's going to be like a tiny spark of ember, and a fireball is going to explode in a way that doesn't hit the ship at the one that grappled me earlier.
Okay. Yep. Deck save.
Yep,
That is a 14.
fails.
Can anyone smell calamari?
That was a fuckload of ones on that roll, so that was only 19 points of damage.
It's always the case with fireball, isn't
Okay.
it?
There's like 4 ones in that roll.
I've never seen a fireball roll go well for the damage.
Chris
it's
Hogan.
always slightly disappointing.
Chris Hogan. Like
Was
burnt-
that on stream?
No, but he burned up a whole
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of frogs.
Just in his spare time.
In my home game, I saw someone crit with the javelin of lightning, and so it was it's something like 10d8 or something, 10d6, and there was also like 7 ones.
Oh.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking to see.
It's awful.
How do you think I felt rolling my crits and Sam calling my monsters weak? Nimbo, your turn.
Okay. So, how badly hurt are these tentacles looking?
The one who is below the boat on the map hasn't taken any damage, as far as you know, because it's just appeared. The one above, it's difficult to tell, but based on the fact, because that one's now taken an Eldritch Blast and like there's bits of it sloughing off, and it's kind of crisp. It's definitely wounded, below half hit points.
Okay. I'm going to do something slightly insane.
Do it.
It's not slightly
like it.
insane.
I
It's
like
ju-
it.
it's just-
Carry
it's-
on.
it's
Carry
a-
on.
I'm ready.
So I'm gonna run up to the front of the boat here,
Yeah.
and inspired by M's fervent defense of their friends, and saying, you're not taking on a friend. I'm gonna say like, yeah, just leave us alone, you slimy creep. And I'm gonna like I'm gonna call lightning between me and the tentacle, so it hits both me and the tentacle.
Tentacle above you.
Yes, yeah, because it's
Yes,
a 5 foot. It's a 5 foot radius.
It is. Yeah.
So I can get it to hit
You
both.
will
of us.
cause some damage to the boat. It is not immune to lightning strikes.
Yeah, good point. But I do think that
It's-
I've
No,
made my decision.
you're absolutely allowed to do this. I'm gonna say it's gonna be resistant to lightning damage because it
Oh,
is.
great, wonderful. That's fair.
But
Very
I
fair.
will roll the D100, and if I happen to roll that high, I'll roll the D100 in D&D Beyond, so all the players can at least see what I roll for those.
Okay, cool, fair.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a dex save from the tentacle
natural
and
2.
the boat, I guess.
It cannot make a dex save. I am very familiar with how to run boats because in my home game we spend a lot of time at sea. They do not make dex saves.
I mean, I was
They
fully
just
expecting
take
you to
damage.
reveal yet another crazy twist on your own real life backstory there.
Yeah.
So in my spare time, I like to throw lightning javelins.
I mean,
and
I spent a
boats.
year as a pirate.
When I was a child, for about 5 years straight, my dad dressed up as a pirate on my birthday.
Any
so
particular reason?
You know what? I can't remember if it was something I asked of him or if it's just something he enjoyed doing. But
Yeah, but
we'd
doesn't
dress up
bouncy
as a
castle roll a
pirate,
dex save?
we'd go to the park, and he would run a bunch of, like, games for me and my friends.
Amazing.
That's really
But he
cool.
was dressed as a pirate.
The
So if you were
DM
ever-
costume.
If you were ever in the Vondel Park in Amsterdam between the years 2000 and 2005, you might have seen a guy dressed as a pirate running around with a bunch of children.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
What is your damage, Khalil?
I am gonna use my second channel divinity because I'm a big boy cleric now.
Okay.
To do max damage. So that's gonna be
Which
30
was-
points of
That's
damage.
enough to kill the tentacle,
I myself failed my dex save, obviously,
but you
but I
are
am gonna, as a
resistant.
reaction, cast absorb elements. Oh no, that's 2 level spells in a turn.
That's a reaction, you
It's a
can't-
reaction, so it's fine.
Oh great, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
The reaction spells like counterspell and absorb elements and shield are fine.
Sweet. So
Um,
I'm gonna cast absorb
if
elements to halve
This
that.
takes the damage because you are resistant already, so it would
Mhm.
have been halved from that and then
Mhm.
halved from absorb elements.
Mhm.
How much damage are you taking?
7.
That is fine, your amulet does recharge.
Okay.
That's what I'm assuming is what you were trying to do here.
Yes, I'm trying to recharge my lightning amulet by striking myself
Okay.
with light.
I mean, it might
Both
just be what you're
on
into.
85 hit points. Okay, Nimbo. Bonus action.
Bonus action. I'm gonna cast Shillelagh.
Hold on. I'm just double checking. Is your channel divinity a reaction?
Oh, let me check.
Just want to make sure we're
Destructive
not.
Wrath. You can use Channel Divinity to deal maximum damage instead of rolling for
Yep,
lightning
no.
or
That
thunder
if it's not
damage.
if it's not a reaction, then absolutely
It says
you can do all of those
no.
things.
It says it's specifically no action.
Perfect. Perfect.
Um,
We're gonna make
Great.
sure we stick to the action economy.
So then, yeah, I'm gonna
That
cast
sounds like
Shillelagh.
straight D&D to me, Bagwell.
And
Hey,
with my
we ended up on Tabletop News with our action economy discussion, so we're sticking to what you can do in 6 seconds. All right, Alex.
And with my last bit of movement, I'm gonna pop
Yep.
down here and scream at this one. You want some? Like hair, like all the copper wire in my hair is like crackling with electricity. My black curls are like they're heavy curls, but they're kind of rising up like kind of anime style.
Go Super Saiyan.
You've got your bonus action. Are you unleashing the amulet?
No, I cast Shillelagh.
Oh, you cast Shillelagh. Yeah. Absolutely fine. It brings us back around to... Oh, no. It brings us to me rolling a D100. Which I will broadcast to everyone.
I'm really sorry if I sunk the ship, guys.
You've sunk the
That's
ship.
alright.
I rolled a 90.
No,
We both had
No,
85
but-
hit points.
I'm
But-
so sorry.
You have
Who's got men?
30 seconds to stop the boat from sinking and fix the damage. You
Oh,
also
okay.
have a tentacle to deal with.
Okay.
So we're gonna stay in initiative order, even if you kill the tentacle. You've got 5 rounds to stop the boat from sinking. Okay? M, your turn.
What does this damage look like? What do we see?
You see a small fire that, as Nimbo has turned around and screamed at the other tentacle, a small fire starts behind him. The deck is blackened where the lightning has hit it.
Okay. Is there water or anything coming in?
You can't, from where you're standing, you can't see anything. But you can, like, the boat's starting to list at the front, as if water is rushing in. There is a, like, small below deck area.
Okay. A gallon of honey's not going to block that, is it?
Explain to me how, and I might let it slide.
Gonna caramelize the boat.
Oh, delicious.
You yell into the alchemy joke. Wood filler.
Well, can I find my way into the bottom to look for?
Yeah, you're standing where you're standing on the boat. You're right next to the, like, entry into that area. You need to crouch to get through, and it's, like, filled with netting and stuff, but you can see there is a crack in the boat and water has started leaking in.
Okay. Right, here we go. I have a little bag of sand. If I cast enlarge on that bag of sand to make a big sandbag, can I try and absorb water?
Yes, absolutely you can. Because I do not think enlarge is required to. You can target anything, right?
You can target a creature or an object, I'm pretty sure.
Or an object. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
You've got a little bag of sand which you enlarge. It's not person size. It's like a normal sandbag amount.
Okay.
But absolutely, you can shove it into place. You need to hold on to it because at least for this turn.
Mm-hmm.
Or until someone can come and help you.
Yep.
But the water slows to a trickle rather than the speed at which it was flooding in before.
Okay. I will just shout back up to everybody. I'm sandbagging it, but it will only last for a minute. Because it will shrink again after a minute.
God, I forgot about that bit. Right, okay. M is now below deck. So I'm gonna hide you from the deck just so I don't accidentally target you. It is the tentacle's turn. The tentacle is gonna try to grapple Nimbo, because Nimbo, you're yelling in its face.
Very fair.
That's a 15?
No.
Regardless, it's not gonna hit. As it tries to constrict you, but the electricity emanating from you just sparks out at it, and it sort of twitches and flails and tries to... It decides, nah, fuck that shit. And starts to move. It doesn't move out of your reach, but it starts to move, like, down the boat, to try to get closer to Muck instead. Speaking of whom, Muck.
I'm gonna hit the tentacle.
Absolutely.
So the fire is gonna be to my right, right?
I will
Facing
draw where the fire is, yeah.
Thank you.
I think the fire is, like, just north of me, basically. If you imagine the side of the boat that's to the north.
Okay, you mean starboard? Yes.
The fire is here.
On the starboard bow!
Look, we all know Muck rolled real high on that check about fishing nets. She knows this stuff.
Oh yeah, Muck has got this shit down. I'll go hit the tentacle first of all.
Great weapon master.
Of course, that's who I am now.
Yes.
I
just want to confirm it beforehand.
Yeah, thank you. 19 to hit.
Absolutely.
And that's 22 damage on the first
22
one.
22 damage. Yep.
And then 19 to hit again.
Yep.
And then what is that? 23 damage.
Amazing. Tentacle's still up, but it's got these two big gashes bleeding out. This weird grayish ichor into the water. You can see, looking down, the water is absolutely covered in it, and it's trailing behind you as the boat continues to move forward. It's funny you say that, because looking behind you now, Muck, you can see there is a weird dark patch underneath where the place where you were first attacked.
Oh shit.
It's like a void.
Oh good lord.
It just keeps going. And it seems to be where the tentacles come from.
Right.
Anything else in your turn?
You. I have a water skin in my inventory. Can I throw it at the fire? Would I be able to try and squeeze it so it's water's like?
Make a strength check to see how accurate you roll.
Okay, I can do that.
Oh, you throw it because you've got your sword and the tentacle and everything. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, just a general strength check.
Okay,
that was a strength save.
Sorry. What? I rolled a 19.
Right. Yes, you're
gonna
be
plus
fine.
5, 24.
Yeah, you're fine. The fire, definitely, it's not completely out, but it's sort of regressed down to embers. It's still smoldering a little.
Nice.
And you can hear now on his turn the captain yelling, "My baby, she's on fire! Someone put her out!" Flirta, your turn.
Eldritch blasts. But first, actually, a question.
Yes.
Would you say that Hydra skin is non-porous?
It has not been treated, so it's going to be a roll of the dice, literally.
Okay. Well, anyway, let's get rid of our immediate problem first.
Yes. It's big and green and oozing.
Yes. 17
hits.
And
Dagmar, that was a private conversation.
24.
We have to be able to talk about Shrek. Alex, you don't even need to roll the second one. We can always talk about Shrek, Rachel, even on air. Blurta, how do you want to do this?
I think I just just punch a hole with my blast right through the middle of it.
Okay, yeah, you do. You absolutely do. As this whole, this chunk of flesh gets blown out of the tentacle, the rest of it collapses, slithers off of the boat back into the water. We're staying in initiative. We're not going to say in initiative order, but I'm going to let everyone do one action. So, Blurta, unless you have a bonus action you want to do?
Can I run down to the hole?
Yes.
And can
the hole?
The hole in the hole.
Yes.
And can I get out? Well, let's get out the Hydra skin first, because I have a big bit of Hydra skin, so maybe that can be used to plug it somehow.
Okay. You could probably try to stretch it over the hole.
Yep. As a bonus action. Is that?
That's going to be a full action, so we'll get to that on your next turn. You're able to get
I'll
it
hand
out,
it out for whoever wants
back.
to do something with it.
Yes. Nimbo. The immediate threat of tentacles have disappeared, but the boat continues to list to one side.
So what has happened? Has Blurta gone down?
Blurta's managed to get the Hydra skin out, but you can't. She might have yelled up through the the floorboards of the deck, but you can't see what's happening below deck.
Okay. I'm going to cast guidance on Muck.
Okay. That's your action.
The
lightning storm
I'm a lot
dissipates.
more stressed about this because it's my fault. Yeah, I'm guidance on Muck, bonus action, hidden step out of embarrassment.
Keep going. Oh wait, no, you're invisible now, right?
Yeah. So I turn to the captain and I say, I just mouth over the sound of thunder, like, I'm sorry, and then I just go invisible.
All right. In that case, top of the round, the captain clambers out from under the shields, and yells at Muck, who's the only person you can still see on deck. There's some spare wood down below. See if you can patch that hole before we go down.
Aye, Captain.
Right.
Sorry.
Everyone gets an action, a bonus action, and movement now. So if anyone's got a plan, I'm just gonna keep track of everyone doing stuff.
So, Blurta has come and joined me and is holding a Hydra skin. I'm holding a sandbag against the leak. And
Yes.
Blurta, you want to put or attempt to put the skin over to see if it will stop anything?
Yes.
Do you want to do that, and then I'm gonna try and hold it in place with honey, like stick it onto the wood.
I've got perhaps a better idea. I have a jar of wine gloop from Casimir's.
What?
I think that was just like when we went to the.
I think that is just spoiled wine, and it's not going to be sticky.
You specifically said gloop.
That doesn't mean
there's
it's
a difference
sticky.
between glue and glue,
Just means it's viscous, not necessarily sticky.
Yeah.
Honey is sticky. No.
Mayonnaise is also a gloop, but no one's going to try to stick something together with it.
Muck shouts, "Get me the wood and some tools."
I thought you.
Are you heading below deck, Muck?
I mean, how much movement do I have?
You can get below deck. It's not a big boat.
Okay, all right. On this turn, I'm gonna go below deck, and I'm gonna get
Make
a lot of wood.
Check. Make a perception check for me.
I'm very
You have
perceptive.
been guided, so you can add a d4 if you want to.
Yes. Check. Time to check my perception. No, dirty 20. I'm in.
Dirty 20. Yep. Yeah, you spot like a pile of scrap wood, but you also spot lying nearby a bag with a hammer and some nails.
Yes. I grab him.
Yep.
Is that my turn?
That will be no, because you knew there was wood, so you weren't searching for that. It was just a matter of whether or not you spotted everything else. So object interaction, you've picked everything up. You can make your way over to the hole.
Yes, I'd like to do that.
All right, action.
Hammer in the hole.
Oh.
With the wood and
sticking
the
a hammer in a hole.
Hammer that hole.
I would like to place some wood over the hole and place some nails in the four corners of the wood.
All right.
Then hammer each nail accordingly.
How big is this hole,
attach the wood to the floor of the boat.
Make an intelligence check.
Oh, Christ.
You do have guidance.
You still have guidance.
And I've
you
got
also have a nerd dice. This is to see whether or not you know enough about carpentry in order to patch the hole properly.
Okay, challenge. Can I roll with advantage because it's about hitting stuff?
No. It's not about the hitting, it's about the, putting things together in a way that makes sense.
Ooh.
I just got a 19.
Plus
Natural
you
19.
Are so surprised by how much you picked up watching the Carpenters at even points where you learn to become a fighter. But you know everything you need to know about this. You pick up the right size pieces of wood, you hammer them in, you get the bits of the Hydra skin from Blurta in order to patch the holes. And in 15 seconds, you can remove the sandbag. You've had to remove the sandbag because Muck has patched the hole in the boat.
Is Muck now canonically a lesbian? This is just further evidence.
Muck, I know you were a dab hand with steel, but you really know how to handle wood.
It turns out the name of this boat is the Subaru.
I learn a lot in night school.
Yeah, you are all crouching in about 3 inches of water, but there is no more water coming in through the hole in the hull.
Good job, everyone.
Thanks.
Is the fire still going?
No.
No, the fire's gone.
Fire's gone out by now. Nimbo, in the time your friends were below deck, you would have reappeared after 6 seconds. What's Nimbo been doing? In the other 9 seconds.
To the captain.
Okay.
I am so sorry. I just got a bit carried away. I thought, keeping everyone safe. I didn't think about I thought it was high enough above the waterline that it wouldn't come. I'm really sorry. I'll pay for the damage, or we can fix it. I'm so sorry.
At this point, Mutt can see Nimbo panicking and comes over and goes, "Right, Captain, that was our first lesson. The art of drag is about making a big entrance. So you need to think about what your opener is gonna be to bring Elena back into your life. Isn't that right, Lumpy?"
Oh, yes, Grunt. Yes, this was level 1 to becoming a drag princess. You need to really know how to enter a stage, blow the doors off a room, really own the space. And, those tentacles were, trying to upstage us. And we had to make sure that we were the most eye-catching thing around.
Right, sorry, are you saying you made those tentacles attack us?
No. It was a teaching moment because, the attack of the tentacles presented an opportunity for learning and knowledge transfer in the art of drag.
I rolled an intelligence check for him. He still doesn't know what drag is about. He now thinks there are tentacles involved, and he's not sure how it's going to help him get his wife back. But he seems to accept your apology for accidentally setting his boat on fire, especially as the hole's been patched. He does, still holding onto the steering wheel with one hand, look back at this weird, Nimbo, you can see it too now, this weird dark void that seems to still have these tentacles coming out of it, that's now slowly fading in the distance.
Guys, quick crest guard huddle. Sorry, no offense, Captain.
Your crest guard? You didn't mention that.
No, it's just a bit of a kind of jokey code word we use.
Showbiz.
It's ironic.
Make a deception check.
Today, this episode is just Nimbo fucks up.
Nimbo is as bad a liar as I am. So... okay. I used my nerd dice and I got a 13-20.
Okay, he's like, right, okay, fair enough. Just don't yeah, carry on.
So, is it worth going back and checking out that tentacle void? It seems reminiscent of some of the weirdest shit we've seen, and it would be, I don't know, I'd feel kind of bad just leaving it there. What about the next person who comes along?
I think the problem is we don't really have the equipment to deal with it, even if we do investigate it. So I think we'd be better off reporting it. Yep. And then they can send people who actually have, undersea shit.
Have we ever been able to close the void? Do we know how to do that?
You found the one that the weird moose was affected by, that puddle in the woods, but you just reported it in someone else. You gave the jar to a kobold hermit in the woods, I believe?
Yeah, yes. But I'll just remember that same incident. So do we have a way of calling this in?
You do not possess a sending stone as far as I know, or the sending spell. Those would be the two ways that you could report it. Otherwise...
What if we pull over, get out of the boat, and then put up a sign 100 yards downstream saying, warning, tentacle attack, do not proceed?
Maybe we could ask the captain if they've got any captain talk networks.
Okay, here's a more practical. Does he have any boys?
Excuse me?
Do you
any boys on board?
Or as an American would say, buoy.
Send a cabin boy.
Yeah. Send the boy to the void.
He's a criminal. He's not a human trafficker. Okay?
We'll tie a rope around the void, throw him through the void. Void, where you store your boys.
He does have a couple. He's hesitant to loan them out, especially as he points out there are crest guard and like military checkpoints along the river in case of incidents.
Okay.
So he's happy to stop at one of those to report the
We should
weird
do that.
tentacle
But
void.
historically, is a slight science-ish fact. So, like, modern boys are made of plastic, obviously, but like historically they were like just glass orbs filled with air that just floated.
Ooh. Like really big Christmas ornaments.
Basically.
Nice. But Nimbo, if you wanted
like
to
that.
make a sign, it might be nice. It's something to do.
I think it would salve my conscience a little bit.
Mm.
I'll
Are you
just be a
asking
sec.
him to turn around? Because you're
No.
continuing to move.
I'm just. So can I just ask that we pull over for a sec, moor up, or weigh anchor or whatever.
Are we
step
near
up.
the actual
Anchor?
shore?
You're in the middle of the river.
Okay. How wide is this river?
It's
Does it matter?
so my reference for this is only one that Sam's gonna understand, but it's like the Firth of Forth. It is wide.
Okay.
Like,
so
We can
couple
still-
of miles across.
Okay.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why I wanted
I
to clarify that point.
misunderstood. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no, this is a big ass river.
Oh, so no one's gonna see a fucking sign.
No.
All right.
No.
Let's call it in at the next checkpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full steam.
Okay, so what I'm going to do also while we're getting to the next checkpoint is sort of like having begun to get an understanding of the situation with the captain, I'm going to pull out one of my smutty books and it's just going to be like Captain. Fuck it, let's steal from Critical Role. It's Captain Tusktooth. And I just like read this. I think this will help with our upcoming. Just
Right. He grabs it in one big clawed hand, other hand still sailing the ship, steering the ship.
Are you
Right.
sure it's safe
this
to
a
read
read?
and drive?
I've been doing this for years, my boy. Been doing much worse things than reading and driving.
we're just like, it's like, look at how everyone swoons at Captain Tusktooth. Like,
Right. So I should become a half orc?
no, not, but just like you've got to have that suave, that like masculine swagger.
Right. Okay. I'll get some inspiration from this. My wife always thought, Elena always thought that stone dust was real masculine, but maybe algae can be too.
Well, I mean, we can tweak it to like her particular preferences.
Right. Okay. I'll give this a read and let you know.
Yeah, and we can workshop. Just like
If
tell
I-
me what speaks to you, and we can make the thing that works for her.
Also, a lot of rock is made out of sea creatures. You know, limestone, chalk. A lot of these things are made out of like all these tiny little sea creatures that all die, fall to the bottom of the sea, get all squished together, just like a mud pie, and then you end up with this kind of rock.
His eyes have glazed over.
What I'm saying is, sea creatures can be stone dust. Sea creatures are stone dust. So, ergo, sea creatures are as sexy as stone dust.
If I may ask,
Okay.
why
I follow it.
why did? Can you
Elena.
remind me why your wife left?
For his brother.
But why?
I was always gone. Always out on the river with the boat. Guess I just wasn't home enough.
Yeah.
I've
I-
never known any other living. My parents only had money to send one of us to, a fancy academy. My brother showed more promise, I guess, so he got to go become a stonemason, and I just joined a family business. Inherited the boat and all. It's nice. I like it, but
Does your
guess it
wife
wasn't
not,
enough for her.
does she not like the river?
No, she gets horribly seasick.
Well, perhaps this is just an issue with the little ear rocks in.
Yeah.
He's,
So maybe-
his eyes glaze over again.
But-
He's still talking about rocks.
Yeah.
It seems though this talk of masculinity isn't really where the issue lies, and it seems perhaps there's too much of it in the sense that you're fixated on what you're doing and not listening to her.
Remember when
I
the
don't-
tentacle was here and you were, hiding behind the shield? I know I kind of told you to do that, but you really just kind of went for it. Maybe that shield isn't the only, barrier between you and the outside world. Ever thought
The
about
only
that,
thing you're hiding behind.
Captain? Mm-hmm.
But if I don't go on the river, if I don't go and sail, we wouldn't have any money.
What are your other passions? Do you like fishing? Fishing from the
I
shoreline?
love fishing.
From the shoreline?
Oh, I love it. It's not enough to earn a living, though, is it?
What
Are
other
you
skills
any
have
good
you
at
got?
cooking fish?
No.
Okay. Yeah, let's scrub that one out.
Which,
then.
I'm sorry, I did say food was included on your travels. Is gonna be sushi.
Oh, excellent.
And
Okay, but so what I'm thinking is, you functionally have your own property here, right? This
Yes.
ship is property. So, could you
Yes.
like moor it up alongside and have an establishment of some sort, just that you are functionally like running a business out of in a sort of novel, luxurious setting?
Well, what business would I run?
Well, I mean, that's what we need to workshop here. Like, what
Right.
would you say are the things you love most in life? What's
My wife?
okay?
Ex-wife. Sorry.
My ex-wife. Tears up again.
Savage.
But
Fishing.
like,
I love fishing.
me. Okay.
Maybe you could like run fishing tours for people. So like you don't spend so much time away from home on the boat. You just take day trips and tourists will go out and fish with you and they'll have a quite
Like-
authentic time and then they
Like
give you money.
what I'm doing for you.
Yeah, but more like
Yeah.
day trips from home
Elmsford.
rather than like
Right.
rather from Elmsford rather than
Right.
going, all the way
you
down
know
the
any
river
rich
for weeks at a
people?
time. Because,
Yes. Yes, I
Yeah.
do.
Great. Well, if you can introduce me to some folks who'd like to take day trips, I could give that a shot.
Okay.
There's some weird rich people up in Elmsford. Mayor's real odd. He's got
Well-
odd friends. If I can get in with them, this might be an option.
well, we may be going to visit the mayor. We may be able to
Right.
make a
Well,
that's
recommendation.
Is contemplating like making up some bullshit to her mum about like the spiritual benefits of spending time out on the river.
Yeah, that might work.
Yeah.
What do you mean making up bullshit? Spending time on rivers is lovely.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah,
if you get
good for the
attacked by
spirit.
Yeah,
tentacle
but-
monsters.
it's-
True.
Nature,
you haven't
nature
met
prescription.
Blurter's mum.
Oh, okay. You got
Yeah.
you got to goodify it.
It's
She's-
not really a full science fact, but just there's a big push at the moment within the World Health Organization towards securing a lot more arts funding as part of like nature prescription. So we're expecting that in the next year or two, there's going to be like a huge worldwide push towards nature prescribing and people spending time outdoors for like mental health, we know, but also for kind of physical chronic illness, which is just really exciting to see.
Which is an interesting throwback to I guess a more modern and informed version of that kind of Victorian approach of like fresh air and sunshine will cure anything. So they used to have like these like massive kind of sick houses, which were kind of like
Sanatoriums.
sanatoria,
Yep.
where they'd be like out in the country or on the seaside, and they'd just like wheel people out in the morning into the sun and the air. And for some people, it actually probably did help quite a lot because you were getting out of these horrible, disease-infested, smoky cities.
It was a common treatment for
But-
TB, especially.
Yeah, and there's some stuff that fresh air and sunshine can't do. But getting away from work and air pollution and dirty water and streets and animals and stuff. Yeah,
There was
that
a
really helped.
really big sanatorium. I can't remember where, somewhere in the United States. I think it's a Waverly Hills sanatorium, but there were so many TB patients there, and they didn't want the other patients to see any of the dead people because a lot of the patients still died. So there's a massive underground chute that goes all the way from the sanatorium all the way down the hill to a different outbuilding, so they could
Like zombie
slide.
Thunderbirds.
They could slide the bodies down the chutes.
Nice.
Oh God, when I die, down a chute, please.
So, funnily enough, this show is legally binding when it comes to wills and testaments. So
Being of
stay
sound,
tuned
body,
for
and mind.
Khalil's funeral in like 60 years. And on that note, folks, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, but we will be back very shortly. See you soon, folks.
Oh dear. I'm sorry to tell you this, Katanga, but I'm afraid that this misery high bluff you keep talking about has just been a figment of your imagination.
Can Katanga make an insight check?
Absolutely.
Do you want me to roll deception?
No point, because that was a natural 1.
Well, if I notice this mid smooch, can I flick my tongue out for a quick taste?
Sure. Make a sleight of hand check, I guess.
What is
Sleight
with
of
your
tongue.
characters and tasting things?
Is it under...
Mate, we've talked about these these body image issues, and like you can't be comparing yourself to like refreshing beverage cunt of all people.
Most of the fleas, because I assume Dream isn't actually being all that careful.
No.
So a lot of the fleas do manage to like jump ship. And
They're fleas.
I don't know what happens if you pour bleach on a flea. They might be fine.
It might disintegrate, I don't know.
Yeah.
Google it.
What happens when you bleach a flea?
That's
Live
like a-
Psycom coming straight at you.
Look, Psychom's just being... Okay, so...
That name.
So when the Sex Muskets sing, "God save the Queen," do they
Yeah.
actually literally?
Yeah,
mean
it's
Yeah.
they're quite sincere. A fascist regime, which we approve of.
It's
I
the,
called out with my own deep throaty alarm call as well.
What are you doing down here?
Oh, we're just taking a shortcut. You know, just traffic.
We're fumigating for sewer clowns here. You can't be here.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no. I've been called worse, but you better shut your mouth.
We all know the real sewer clown is Elon Musk and his tunnels, so... Kick me off Twitter, Elon, I dare you.
So, Boomslang will disguise himself as Reginar and be Big Spoon.
Okay. So,
I got you, buddy.
so we cut to a scene where this Yuan-Ti, this snake person, is spooning a pudding angel.
No. Snake person disguised as a halfling.
Yes. Oh, you're even bigger a spoon than I remember.
Yeah, I just, I used to have that energy.
Delightful, angel, delightful. And then we fade to
Oh, is
black.
that your full name?
Fade to black of spooning. Oh.
I don't want to miss a thing.
So you see in the room Eridark Ariesis, who is a pallid elf fighter gunslinger. Do I have guns? Do I fuck? You,
Oh. We're back. Sam's fired. Pope Gregory VIII introduced the Gregorian calendar. These are all things that I learned during the break. We find ourselves still on Captain Oliver's boats as he pulls into dock at a small, cabin on shore. There's another a small boat tied up in front, and there's a couple of people dressed in guards' uniforms sitting on the deck. Look up as the boat moors. All right, everything all right on the river? Captain Oliver, nice to see you again. Got some passengers, I see.
We've had an incident on our trip this morning that I think we need to make you aware of.
Right. Okay. What's the problem?
So basically, at the location that Blurter will accurately describe, because I definitely
Yes.
know precisely where it is, we were
Vaguely.
attacked. There is a stretch of dark water, and we were attacked from it by 4 large tentacles.
Okay, that's definitely not normal.
Indeed.
It's probably something that should be called in, though, to...
Yeah, we'll get on that. We'll get one of the bigger patrols to head down and have a look and make sure people know to steer clear. Was it central in the river?
Was it?
It appeared to
Yes.
be
Yeah.
somewhere towards the center, yeah.
All right, we'll try to guide people around best we can. Thank you
I'd
for
say,
that.
yeah,
I'm
just
gonna-
ensure
I'm
you
gonna-
keep your distance from the dark area, and I think
We certainly will.
Oh my god,
Right.
what's that over there? And while the captain is looking away, I'm gonna flash the crest guard badge to the guard
guard.
checkpoint people and be like,
Okay. Right, okay. We'll get on that. You carrying on upstream, or are you sticking around here?
We're headed on up to Elmsford.
Right.
or somewhere
case-
thereabouts, just generally in that vague direction ish.
Only one way to go on the river if you're not going down. Enjoy the rest of your travels. I hope you won't have any more problems, and thanks for letting us know about those dark waters and tentacles.
if it's any consolation, we did blow up the ones that we found, but we don't know if there are more.
Good to know.
We did.
Thank you.
We did see more.
Did we see more?
You did.
They just kept coming.
Well, you
Yeah.
did, and Nimbo and Muck did.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We would have told everyone.
I meant to say, by the way,
Yeah.
were there any chunks of tentacle?
Nothing that's stuck to the deck, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Oh, Blurter's playing Monster.
Yeah.
He is. He's got a
Trophies.
Pokedex.
Gonna be making outfits out of them.
She's
Yeah.
that
That
one
or
character from Legend of Zelda who's
Mm.
obsessed with monsters and camps outside of town.
Oh
remember
yeah,
his name.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the guard you're talking to heads inside. You can hear her yelling at someone in there, asking them where the sending stone has gone. So you can assume that it's getting called in.
Okay, cool. All right, let's carry on.
Right. Yep, the captain gets the boat back up and running, and you carry on until eventually the landscape around you changes from the flatter plains to rolling hills, first on the left bank, and then a bit further in the distance, also on the right. As you're passing the first of these hills, the water is definitely, it's starting to get busier. And in fact, there's one spot where it is, the river narrows a little, still a good, mile wide. And there are 10 small mobile boats, which are racing around the water, all manned by 3 or 4 people. 2 people on each of these little boats are carrying harpoons. They've got big coils of rope attached to them, and they seem to be calling out directions and orders to one another.
Can I make a history check to see if I know what this is?
Sure.
I'll help.
You two get to roll at well, Blurta would have advantage already, so Muck, you can make
okay.
your own check if you want to.
Yes, please.
And yeah, Muck would also have advantage on this.
Oh, thank God! I just got a 1.
No, I still rolled around 10 and 8.
19.
19. Okay. Quite probably more of a Prescott Smythe family pastime than a von Mandragore pastime. This is an organized hunt of some kind. And the people that you can see don't look like nobles, which is odd. Because this is the kind of setup that you'd expect nobles to be involved in.
Okay. I relay that to the group.
Okay.
What are they hunting?
Rich people shit. But hold on, maybe a captain might want to get a word in. Maybe they do this regularly. I don't know.
I've not seen this regularly, no, but like I said, there's some real odd nobles up in Elmsford. Well, we're gonna have to get past, and I don't want to hit any of these little boats. So, oi! You there! Get out of the way! Tell us what the fuck you're doing here, blocking the whole river. One of the little boats pulls up alongside. You can see the people on it are dressed quite heavily, clearly dressed for cold weather, but in clothes that are still easy enough to move in. And the woman at the helm calls up. Their boat's very low to the water. You seen a big lizard-like creature, long neck, 4 fins. Plesiosaur? Those don't exist. Heard there was one around here, and noble up in Elmsford's offering a lot of money. Anyone who brings it to him. So you see it, you let us know. You don't, we'll fucking end you.
As in, if we don't see it, you'll end us?
You don't let us know, we'll end you. The boat quickly turns and takes off again, searching and scanning the waters.
I've got a fact. It's a half science fact. It's a science fact. That like there was a David Attenborough recently, and they were talking about some engineering research inspired by plesiosaurs, and the scientist they spoke to, Dr. Luke Muscat, is a great science busker from Imperial. So, you know, half science fact, half psychom fact. He's a cool dude.
I like that. Do you still have your nerd dice?
Yes.
Okay. I can't give you another one, but shout out to Luke Muscat, which is also just a cool name.
Yeah.
So
let's get him on the show. He can play a gunslinger.
From this area of the world, would I know the rumors of the Loch Ness monster in this area?
No. It's definitely it's not a this is new, yeah.
Okay.
I do have a slight science.
When would you say the last time and went back to
It's been a
Elmsford was?
couple of years, I would say, like since starting.
Yeah, no.
school,
In
I
that
haven't been
case,
back.
you wouldn't have heard it.
Yeah, this is new.
Yeah, so although like you have like the typical image of like Plesiosaurus, which is like as you've described, long neck. Plesiosaurs were actually a more versatile, or more varied group than that. So you may have seen in some like Psychom shows like Liplurodon, which sort of massive like crocodilian head, like thick body, and that's actually a plesiosaur as well, filling more of a sort of like apex predator role than.
Nice.
Do you say Leopleurodon?
Yes.
Takes us to Candy Mountain.
What?
No one watched Charlie the Unicorn.
Charlie the Unicorn. Yeah, I'm with you.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's Leopleurodon.
I think this is one of the YouTube references I missed when I lived in Kenya and we didn't have Wi-Fi.
Oh, this is like Charlie the Unicorn and Salad Fingers. It's all that sort of kind of.
Oh, Salad Fingers I know, but I don't know Charlie the Unicorn.
Are these badgers involved here somewhere as well?
No, that's much older.
Okay.
I
Right, Alex, take a nerd dice. Sam.
would then just turn to the rest and well, perhaps there have been sightings of a plesiosaur, but you never know. In these waters, occasionally you might get whales. It might be that kind of mating time, and they've just seen a whale dick.
I feel like it's worth me pointing out that this river is not attached to the sea.
Well, like a large cetacean of some sort, then.
River dolphin.
I'm just trying to think. So when you say it's not attached to the sea, like, does that mean
Yes.
like directly or at any point?
It's kind of leaks into the swamp instead, when then out of there it eventually trickles down back into other rivers. But the lake in the center of Salor is the end point for this river.
Okay, so there's not like, so it does go into the sea, but not via like
Not via
decent-sized
any
channels.
route that the whale could travel through. No,
Unless,
like there's no.
Unless the whale evolved to it re-evolved legs and walked across the swamp, and then re-evolved the loss of legs and got
Yes.
back in the water.
Well, I mean,
This is a possibility. Whether or not this has happened, we shall see.
I think
Yeah.
a more plausible like thing in that is that there wasn't this current geographic setup wasn't always the geographic setup, and there was a channel at some point that then turned into a delta and then a swamp.
Yeah.
I think it probably is simpler than multiple leg loss and gain.
My money's on leggy whale.
It's the real secret of the Lost Isle. It's just covered in leggy whales.
With big dicks that they mistake for plesiosaurs, which is
Yes.
what a lot of people for a long time thought were sea monsters, was just whale penises.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I already have a science dice, but like technically, whales are ungulates. They are like they've sort of reevaluated the sort of taxons in recent years, and now like whales are entirely nested within ungulates.
Yeah.
So with like horses and cows and deer and sheep and
yeah.
My
goats.
first thought when you said this, and I knew this already, but my first thought this time around hearing this fact was I'm just picturing like a bowl upside down floating mostly underwater with its penis sticking out.
I mean,
I feel like our hunt for D8s has really taken us on a wild
Everyone
set of
except
tangents.
Sam has one.
I mean, what they would kind of look a bit like is like in the sort of the proto whale, like, is they look kind of like if you had a hippo, but with the face of a crocodile and the tail of a
Yeah,
crocodile.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
But all like hippo-y.
I like neither hippos nor crocodiles in real life, so this sounds terrible.
You like
Anyways,
whales, though?
you've got all these people on tiny boats hunting a plesiosaur. Anything you want to do with them, or are you just going to ignore them and keep sailing?
Ignore them, I think.
Can I take a nerd dice from my thing about the like historical sea monsters and whales?
Yes, absolutely. Sorry. Yes. I meant to give you one, and then I think Alex started talking about ungulates.
Can I take the dice away for making me Google whale dick on a Sunday night? No, it's fine.
How many years
No
that
one.
would be?
That was a choice, Rachel.
I'll live with it.
Well, I guess we should keep an eye out for this, but we won't tell those people. I don't think we should really be killing.
Well, we
it
could
as
even
well.
throw him a red herring.
They didn't say kill. They said capture.
I mean,
still don't trust. They had big harpoons.
Also,
Are we still
you know,
trying to keep a low profile? Sorry.
So anyone who's catching something to take back to out of its environment to a rich collector, that's not how nature intended a plesiosaur to live.
No.
Sorry, Mark. What were you saying? I mean, Grant.
I was just saying, are we trying to keep a low profile anyway? So maybe we'll just
Probably.
slide
I
on
mean,
by.
however, this is perhaps useful information if we did want an audience with the Baron, assuming it's him.
Um,
Like, we could somehow like I don't quite know how it works, but make up some kind of scheme that involves this knowledge.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, it's just good to
Yeah.
have that in the back pocket.
Cross that.
Yeah,
way
I
when
agree with
we get
Gruck
to
that-
it.
I agree with Gruck. You know, we probably don't want to be starting fights where we don't need to. We've just escaped from one place we're famous, and we're going somewhere that might not be super safe.
Yeah, actually, on that note, can we all just make an agreement that when we reach Elmsford that we're not writing any songs?
What about
At least
play?
not publishing.
No, no plays either. You write them, yeah, as you say, but no publishing. Write
Okay.
it yourself, but
Put an embargo on publication. You know?
yeah.
Fine. Just like tosses my haiku overboard.
Well,
It
that-
doesn't
that
sink
counts as-
fast enough, and one of the
Yeah.
people on the tiny boat picks it up and goes,
It's like publication.
"Get them!"
Like, yeah, they're going past in their little boat and it goes, boom, boom. Oh my god, this whole book of like 400 haikus about every detailed aspect of these characters' backstories.
But it's only details of Blurta's backstories and the stuff she's made up about the rest of you
Yeah.
because she doesn't
Amazing.
know.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. The Captain Oliver navigates the boat past the hunters. You leave them in the distance. Can someone else roll me a d6, please?
I got it.
Cool.
1. Hey.
Can someone else? Can you roll me another d6, please?
I don't know if this is good or bad. 6.
2 krakens.
2 holes open up beneath the ship.
Wait, so how
if
many
you hadn't
holes are there
guessed-
underneath the ship?
I think we've realised that none of us know.
Depends how you
There's-
count.
There's one more down there than there should be. The boat does still have 85 hit points, which is relevant because, as you may have realized, rolling low on the d6 means a combat encounter for this particular day of travel. As you are, you like go round the bend, and it's a little bit busier on the river. It's getting on like past midday now. And you're regularly passing other boats. But what you're not expecting is for a boat to rise up from below the water, covered in algae. These strange fish-like creatures clinging to the sides, clinging to the wood, the timber of this boat rotted away. 2 of the creatures chanting in a language you do not understand. And as this boat rises up, 2 of the creatures, their face covered in strange quills, turn their attention to you, give out some kind of war cry, and rush to fling themselves onto the deck of your ship.
Point of order. Have we had a short
Yes.
rest?
I was going to ask.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
ask the
you
same
would have
thing.
had you would have had time to have a short rest.
Okay,
Good.
good.
Yes. So hit dice, arcane recovery, etc.
Let's do that quickly.
No, let's just say I've used that many. Oh.
Okay.
And then
You
straight
want
after that, we
initiative?
need an initiative roll.
I would like you to roll initiative, please, unless you have a way of attempting to diffuse the situation.
Calm emotions.
Their boat is 10-foot radius. Hold on. You'd be able to get everyone in the boat, but what exactly does calm emotions do? I'm gonna need to spell the description for this.
Okay,
Hold on.
calm emotions. Bam. You attempt to suppress strong emotions in a group of people. Each humanoid in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range. So 20-foot
Okay.
radius sphere, so that's big.
Okay. Yes. Sorry, I thought it was 10 foot.
Charisma saving throw.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
if they fail, I can make the target indifferent about creatures of my choice that is hostile towards. This
Okay.
indifference ends if the target is attacked or harmed by a spell or witnesses any of its friends being harmed.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, I am going to roll some wisdom, charisma saving throws. You said.
Yeah. DC 15.
DC 15.
And I know the audience at home can't, or wherever you're watching, can't see the mini map yet, but from the icons used for these beasties, I'm not sure they have a high charisma modifier.
So one of them got a 3, one of them rolled a natural 20 of the spiky faced ones. So one of those saved. The more gilly looking ones, another natural 20 and a nat 18 for a total of 17.
Buy Valkyrie dice, people.
Yeah.
See,
I'm not using Valkyrie dice tonight, though.
see what we don't
Cut
see
that
from
out.
the face portrait is these guys are just really hot.
Yeah. They've all got like washboard abs.
Okay,
They're
I'm
all
going
like
to-
handsome Squidward. That's what it is.
Yeah.
They just have the
The
tiniest.
two-
Oh no,
body
he's
part.
hot.
The two who are chanting, both fail their save.
Okay,
no,
so-
sorry.
Yeah.
One of them fails their save. The other one, these guys don't have negative charisma modifiers. They have positive
Just
charisma
to
modifiers.
clarify a point.
Yes.
So there's looking at the picture on the map.
Yes.
This boat appears to have holes in it, and it's risen despite the holes.
Yes.
Okay. So we probably can't sink the boat.
No. So the two nearest the back have are under the effects of calm emotions. The other ones are not.
Do we know this?
Nimbo would. And also one of the creatures has stopped chanting, and one of the spiky faced ones has just kind of leant back against the boat and is looking a little confused.
If there's time.
This was Nimbo's action. Does anyone
Okay.
else want to do something to try to diffuse the situation? If you've got a bonus action you can use, Nimbo, you're allowed to do it. That
I
as
might
well.
like.
One round
No.
to try and diffuse whatever's happening.
I might like try and subtly just like place my hand on my club and shillelagh it.
Yep. You,
But like not.
yeah,
not
Shillelagh is not
aggressive.
concentration, so yeah, you can do that.
I'm not doing anything to try and stop this. I don't know what I would do.
Okay. Can I make?
Okay.
Oh, you go, Rachel.
Can I just make an intimidation check? Try and like shout him down, like back off.
Oh, in that case, mine kind of plays into this.
Yep.
So what I was going to do is create a minor illusion, like of someone standing near the deck, of like, trying to, what would a fishman fear the most in that could fit inside a?
Make an Arcana check to see if you know anything about these fish people.
Okay, 16.
16. Okay, you recognize all of them. You've read about these guys. These are there are 4 Sahagwins. 2 of them appear to be priests. And the 2 spiky face ones are sea spawn.
Okay.
The Sahagwin priests will be the ones in charge. You know they have a strong bond to sharks. But their main enemies are other aquatic peoples. There are sort of like semi-aquatic elves, water genasi, merfolk, who are sort of locked in an eternal battle with the Sahagwin.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is okay, this is another slightly qualifying point.
Mhm.
So there's like a what they called, but like, can those guys see us from the waist below?
To what purpose?
Okay, so
Whale dick, innit? Whale dick. That's what's coming.
No.
It's my time to
so
shine.
the
Do the
purpose
magic.
is I have my
I hate to break it to you, Sam, but whale penis is actually one of the softer tissue parts, so that's one of the parts the sharks would definitely try to eat first.
tongues and dick. Yeah. So
And the soft bits of belly.
So basically, I have minor illusion, and I was hoping that this has got like what they call like a fence, but what on a boat? What's it called?
Yeah, it's got a railing.
Gunnel.
A railing. Is that railing see through or not?
Like in parts. What are you trying to do here?
There's
Alex?
Okay, so
so many
basically,
parts.
I want
What
to
is
make
the minor illusion?
the upper torso of like the buffest Triton ever. Like he just utterly ripped.
On Blurta.
No, just like as an extra guy.
An illusion.
So like with the head as well. Sorry,
Yeah, so,
you just
like,
said
that's-
torso.
So like he has no lower torso, and I just put that behind a bit they can't see, so it's not obvious that I can only create this kind of 5-foot cube. Or I guess he could only.
He's
just
gonna be
got, like, the most-
stationary.
I'm just gonna roll initiative. And expect it to come.
Anyway, Rachel was wrong, but the point was I was trying to give Rachel advantage on this.
I'm gonna say Rachel roll an intimidation check, Alex roll a deception check.
I'm
Okay.
very good at deception checks.
I know, but this is gonna be a high DC because what the fuck?
28.
19 for the intimidation. I use my nerd dice because
So
I
it's
also
just
have
this-
a science fact that I want to give you after this.
Okay.
Just this buff guy just cracking his knuckles.
Right. With this, the priestess who's not under the calm emotions effect, casts a spell and speaks, and this time you can understand her. You have tribute to offer to our great leader.
Okay.
What sort
Does she
of
seem
things do they like?
intimidated? Yeah.
She doesn't necessarily seem intimidated. She just seems like she realizes that she can communicate with you potentially.
Okay.
I toss her some Gravlax.
Are you sure?
No.
Can we go back to when Khalil said, "What kind of things do you like?"
Yeah.
I was gonna say, are you just throwing smoked fish at this fish person? Okay. What do you think is a fitting offer for the Baron of the Deep?
The Baron of the Deep.
Ooh.
Oh, on you go.
Ooh.
I was not someone I'm familiar with. Sounds powerful,
Very.
but I wouldn't know what the Baron would enjoy. If you provide us some examples, then we'll see what we have.
Is it dark down?
This is a test of your worthiness. It is not for us to say what the Baron will enjoy. It is for you to know.
Okay, so I will go. I know that this Baron must be a great leader, and therefore I have several gifts for his excellency. It's like a broken dynamite. I haven't even done anything yet. First of all,
Just trying to think of all the things Blurta's got in her inventory.
I know. So first of all, I bring you bottles of wine from an ancient vintage of heroes. Secondly, I bring you, knowing he must be a man of great culture, I give you this book of poetry that is Anton's book of bad poetry, which they presumably can't read without a spell. And some let's see, And I also have some expensive toiletries. So I give you this perfumed soap.
The toiletries are inside your chamber.
Okay. Okay.
So no, you are not just pulling those out. Is anyone trying to stop Blurta while she's doing this, or offering anything else?
I'm not going to stop Blurta. I'm going to let her cook. But
Yeah.
I also said, it must be dark down there. Behold, a torch, and I pull out like an unlit torch.
Okay.
I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. But check this out. And I cast light on it. Works underwater. And then I dismiss the light.
Can I also just like ask the DM a question? I have
Yes, of course.
Nissy's nectar, and I cannot remember what that is.
Oh, it is an alcohol, I believe. Let me check my notes.
I mean, that's basically half our inventory, to be fair.
Yes, yes. That is the favorite drink of the mayor of whatchamacallit?
Yeah, the tiefling mayor.
Yeah.
Old...
What's the town called? I'm
Siren?
blanking. Siren, yes, thank you. The mayor of Siren's favorite liquor. It is tiefling fire vodka with a dash of pixie sugar dust, honey, and 2 spells, one of which is fairy fire.
I would offer that because that seems important.
Okay. Right.
And then
Mark, anything you want to add?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, I'm going to use an action to use the item before I give it to them. But it's my Medal of the Wetlands. So difficult terrain won't cost me extra movement for an hour. It might be useful.
Okay.
But once it's used, it now becomes non-magical. But I'm like, here, take this Medal of Great Honor from the wetlands up above. Hand over.
Down below, the wetlands are in the south, but yes.
But we're on land and he's from the deep.
Fair enough.
We're up above.
Yep, I understand now. Right. Okay, so
We have so much respect for wet.
Yeah. I've been keeping track of my inventory.
I'm gonna just make a note of respect for wet because that might be the episode title.
Can I give a fish fact while you're making a note? Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm doing it anyway, so I'll continue. Sorry, I don't give enough. I'm like trying to think. So you said, what would a fish man be afraid of? Well, in the lab, if you want to simulate a stimulus that is scary for a fish, what some studies do is they put a fish in like a little virtual reality. So they have like a projector screen that shows them a little video, and they're just kind of like chilling in this little gel. So they're looking at it, and you can show them a really simple like stimuli, just a small dot that gets bigger really quickly. And to them, it's like potentially, you know, a big fish far away coming really close. So if you wanted to scare a fish, show them a small dot that gets bigger really quickly. And if you put it on like a little VR headset and like watch it, it does actually make you jump. So that's how you scare a fish. And you can also scare some secondary school students on a science outreach trip.
Or you can make them seasick because of the disconnect between their ear stones and their eyes.
It's a full body experience.
All these terrified vomiting teenagers.
You could totally use this fact on these guys. I could just minor illusion a disc that goes at them really fast.
Yes.
If you do that,
Right.
the Triton will disappear, and that's not
I know.
Yeah. Going back to, you have offered a book of poetry, and a couple of bottles of liquor, and torch which you're trying to pass off as magical, and an amulet. I would like a collective persuasion / deception check. Deception from Nimbo. So everyone roll once.
Do I have a nerd dice from any of that stuff about limestone or like any of that.
I'm going to use my nerd dice just to boost this up even more.
You all
I'm
got
gonna
nerd
use-
dice during the Will Dick conversation. So
Okay,
you
great,
all-
great.
because that happened
Okay.
after the limestone.
Cool, thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm gonna use the the nerd dice that I just gave myself for the fish back.
Yeah, you did get a nerd dice for that. Yes.
Yeah. 17.
Okay.
24.
22. I used the nerd dice I had as well.
I am so glad everyone went so well.
Yes, Nimbo.
All this episode is just Nimbo has a bad day.
Yeah, my cold hands are back. That's a 6.
6. Did you use
That's a
your nerd
6,
dice on that?
including the nerd dice. Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's a
Boy.
D20 plus a D8
Plus one.
something plus 1. Jeez. Okay. Right.
Yeah, I don't want to talk
Nimbo, they are not fooled by your torch. The woman you are talking to is a spellcaster. And understands that what you just did is cast a spell on a torch. Also, you might, well, it doesn't matter. They have dark vision. Otherwise, they wouldn't live down in
It
the
was
deep
less
sea.
for its utility and more for its novelty. You know, because loads of
They're
stuff
not
blows at the...
convinced. And the gifts you are offering them, they will accept, but it's not enough. Even with those rolls, this is a good start.
I also have this transmuter's stone.
Now I'm ready to start hitting. Like, give me my stuff back.
This seems like a little bit of a shakedown, if I'm honest.
We're getting
Yeah.
robbed.
Yeah, this is just plain robbery.
I mean, we were trying to be nice and, you know, respectful of your customs and your space.
So glad you've caught on to what's happening.
Oh, the one insight.
I,
You will not give.
maybe I'll keep my torch.
While we're
Please
outside
do.
of combat, I switch to my longbow.
As soon as you go to take out your longbow, the priestess calls out, raises both hands, and you see the shimmering shape of a trident appear above you, right above Nimbo's head. And
five
that
all
is
the
where
boats.
we are going to pick up next time.
Oh, sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
No, you know what? Like,
I
it kind of
think
had to
everyone
happen.
was ready for the combat at this point.
Okay, good.
Like, if you don't have the torch, I don't know what else you know. I've got nothing else that I would be prepared to part with.
Yeah, a spiritual weapon is appearing above Nimbo's head,
Yeah, I
cast by
sussed
a
that much.
Sahagwin priestess.
We know this song.
As yes, they were just trying to rob you. The captain has once again. Does the captain still have your shield? Would
Yeah.
you have left that with
Yeah.
him? Okay, yeah. He's
Yeah,
just
yeah, he
grabbed the
needs it.
shield and
Resume
hunkered
cower.
down again. And that is where we're going to pick up.
Did
next
we
time.
actually hand that stuff over, by the way?
I think so.
No,
Okay.
not yet.
Oh.
No.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet,
So
so still
Tom's
got my
bad
torch.
poetry lives again.
you're never getting rid of that poetry, Alex.
I'll
I
I'll
didn't
save
chat
it for the final
GPT you
boss
some
somehow.
shitty poetry about the sinless so you could give it away to the first fish person you saw. All right, folks, we will be back next week with a fishy fight. But first of all, my players, who is your MVP this week? I've got the strangest feeling it might not be Nimbo.
I want to give it to Nimbo out of pity.
I did
it
get rid
is-
of 2 tentacles.
You did get rid of 2 tentacles. It is not a
Yeah.
pity.
I did
it's
also
not a
set
pity
fire to
gift.
the boat and started sinking, and also upset the fish people.
I would counterpoint that I really enjoyed Nimbo's talking through a little bit of meditation.
Yeah,
I was
enjoyed
ready
that
to
as
turn
well.
it into a Khalil takes us all through guided meditation for an hour session.
Yeah.
Yeah, my emotions were calmed. Yeah.
Oh, you know, maybe next
Also-
time we don't have the whole cast for one session. We can just do that.
Yeah. Also, I feel like getting player of the week, where it should just be, oh, you rolled real good. It was like fun. Like it's fun to start a fire on a boat in the middle of the
Absolutely,
ocean.
it was great. You did there was a 15% chance of the boat failing. Like, it wasn't a high chance. But that's why I wanted to roll that dice, at least in a way that the players could see it. So, like, you didn't think I was making up a number there, because I wasn't expecting it to start sinking. At least not that quick.
Neither was I.
No. I did also really enjoy chrono shifting onto a nat 20 from the tentacle.
I also, and then being unable to chrono shift the real net.
Another net 20.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On
you were
them.
all prone.
But also, like, M's quick thinking with the sandbag.
Mhm.
Yes. Love that.
All right, I've got some votes for M. I've got some votes for Nimbo.
Well, I can't have it because I got it last time.
Ah, well then that settles it. Everyone happy with Nimbo getting the MVP?
Yeah.
For
Yes.
Nimbo's very bad, very horrible day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I greatly enjoyed this first Witness Ruin session of 2024. I'm looking forward to seeing you fuck up some fish people. And we will be back next week, folks. And make sure to go check out our Vagina Museum live show in London on the 26th of April. In Her Majesty's Secret Cervix, players TBA. And get a ticket if you want. Also, go to valkyrierrpg.co.uk, code Psy and Sorcery for 30% off. And remember, if you've got some money to spare, to go to our Tiltify to support Palestine Children's Relief Fund and help, maybe, hopefully, end genocide.
Yeah,
And on
in
that
that
note-
order, just like the Tiltify is most important. Fuck the dice and fuck like buying tickets.
Yeah,
for this.
no, fuck those two things. Want to make sure you take the last point's always the most important one. Do that one first, and then go in reverse order. We will see you very soon. Next Friday shows on the 7th for what's the game called, Sam?
On
Rogue
the 9th
Octopus.
for Rogue Octopus
9th.
Adventures.
You said 7th at the start.
Well, it's the 9th. It's the week after.
Keep an eye on our social.
It's the 9th. It's a Friday.
It's cool. On the 9th. Sorry, what did you was it? Rogue Octopus?
Rogue Octopus
Escapes.
Adventures. We just fought a Rogue Octopus.
Thank you.
Maybe
No.
it's about that.
My head instantly fills in Rogue Octopus traders. And I'm just picturing like octopuses rogue trading in like some like financial institution.
I mean,
Yeah,
Maybe that's what we'll be
it's
doing.
an RPG. It can be whatever you want it to be.
I was picturing just
yeah.
like Matt Hancock, like tracking down octopuses. Is it not Matt? Is it? Oh, who is it? Not Matt Hancock.
On that note, I'm going to take it.
On that note, Matt Hancock's tracking down an octopus. See you next